Hey guys, demo video Wednesday, April 22nd. Yes, the Turkish Get Up Day. So for the warm-up today, it says accumulate in the warm-up today, so that doesn't mean you have to do those reps like straight through. You can break them up. So what we did at the 6 a.m. this morning, we did 2 rounds of all of those movements, but I halved them for the first round and then made them do the second round. The only thing that ended up longer was the side plank. So for the side plank, we did 30 seconds each round. So it ended up that we accumulated 1 minute on each side, which no one really bothered to complain about. So for that side plank, you can be up on your feet and your hand, coming side plank. Make sure you're open here through the shoulders and the hips. You could also do this down on your elbow, same thing from the feet. Or to modify the side plank, you're gonna bend through your knees at 90 degrees, still bringing the hips up and pressing them forward. So think straight line from your knees to your shoulders, holding 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other side. From there, you'll see 20 reps. The first movement for the 20 reps is a windmill. So for the windmill, you're starting from a standing position. Your feet will be wide for the windmill. You're going to open up through your chest and then hinge to one side. So this shoulder you're trying to stay open through, you can gaze to that top hand and then coming back to standing over to the other side. So it's a bit of a rotation through your midline. Your front leg, you should try and keep it straight. This one, if it bends, it's okay. Your back leg. So you're just gonna work from side to side, getting as much hinge as you can. I'll go to the side for this one as well. So you can see that my hips are coming back and down as I'm hinging and leaning forward. So my bum is pushing out and back on the opposite side. So that's the windmills. Windmills is going to be 10 per side, so 20 total each round. So you're actually gonna end up doing 40 total if you're doing 2 rounds of this. The next movement was the prisoner rotation. Prisoner rotation, you're starting, I want you guys to be gazing against towards the ground. I'm gonna look up to the camera just so you can hear me, but you'll have your face like this. So you're starting with your hands behind your head. From there, you're gonna reach to full extension, come out to 90 degrees with your palms facing down, flip your palms facing up, and then finish that reach behind you. On the way back up, it's going to be just the opposite. So palms are facing up until 90 degrees, palm faces down, and then up and over, reach behind your head. Straight arms, palms down to 90, flip palms up, and reach behind you. So 10 of those will be the prisoner rotations. Last one in the warm-up is that reverse lunge. Staying as controlled as you can through these, and keep your feet at about hip width apart. So no coming in and out with the feet. Keep your feet at hip width apart, step back, and then back to standing with control. Like the windmill, it's going to be 10 per leg, so 20 total each round. For the workout today, Turkish get-ups, I'm going to show you the Turkish get-up, but for the other movement, the lat pulls, the best thing to do today is to check the video that's posted. Click the exclamation mark, watch that video. He does a good job at demoing this. For some movements, if you don't have a band to do those lat pulls, if you have a band but no pole to set the band up low enough on, you could do a standing lat pull down with your band as well, or a lat push down if what you have it attached to is high enough. So if you're in that standing position, shoulders back and down, pushing down would be lat push down, arms staying straight, or coming a bit closer and pulling down and back, squeezing shoulder blades behind you for lat pull down. That's if you have a band but can't set it up like he does in the video. If you don't have a band at all, this is going to go into a bent over row. I want you to do these with support today if you can. So either a couch or a chair or a box like I have here. You're gonna do the number of reps on one arm and then switch to the other arm for that bent over row. Those are some options. If that still doesn't work for you, just text your coach. We can give you another option for this workout. The bent hollow hold or the hollow hold, you're trying to stay as tight as you can in this one. So if your knees are in, you're reaching forward as tight through your midline as you can. The other options, like usual, is to straighten those legs or come into a full hollow, Trying to keep those shoulders up as much as you can. Tight through here. The Turkish get up, I am going to show you that, but I'm going to end this video with it. The Turkish get up is going to be the first part of this movement. We want it to be done to perfection every time. So this one is for quality, not for speed, the entire workout. One thing that you might want to do for this workout today that I'm going to note before I show you the Turkish get up, 20 rounds is a lot. What Shelby and I are going to do in classes today is double the reps and half the rounds. For example, instead of 2 Turkish get-ups, you're going to do 4 Turkish get-ups. And instead of 3 lat pull-downs, you'll do 6 lat pull-downs, and so on. So double the reps and the seconds that you're holding that hollow hold, and do 10 rounds instead of 20. Depending on how heavy you can go on the Turkish get-up, that might work better for you today, doing 10 rounds instead of 20, but still getting the same amount of volume in. So lastly, Turkish get up. I'm going to be doing this with a dumbbell. You can also do it though with a kettlebell. Just make sure if you're using a kettlebell that you're holding it like this, not with the heavy part up. That will be very tricky. So holding the kettlebell like this, where it sits outside your wrist, if you're holding one. Okay, now, Turkish get up. I'm gonna do this super slow, and when you guys are doing them, especially for the first couple rounds, I want them to be done super slow as well. Dumbbells pressed up with one arm. The same side of your body that's pressing the dumbbell up, that's the knee that's going to bend. The other leg is going to be straight. From there, the first movement, you're going to press the dumbbell up and come to your opposite elbow. So using your core to come to seated, onto opposite elbow. Next movement, from elbow to hand. So press up onto that opposite hand. Dumbbell is still straight up over you. Try and keep your arms straight through this movement. No bending through the elbow. From there, it's the hips. Your hips are going to shoot high. Make sure you're coming to the full bridge. Don't just bring your hips here and then kick your foot back. Hips come high. That's movement number 3. From there, your straight leg is going to kick behind you. You're going to come into this side position now. Straight line from your hand to that dumbbell. From there, using the sides of your core through your midline, coming up into that lunge position and standing. On the way back down, it's just the opposite. Every step stays the same. Lunge, hand to the ground. Hips stay high until you straighten that leg. Hips come down, elbow to the ground, back to the ground, and shoulder to the ground. So let's try one more. I'm going to go a little bit faster this time. I'll try the opposite side of my body so that you can see both. All right, one leg straight, one arm is straight, and then same side of your body has the knee bent. Starting head on the ground, you're going to press to your elbow first. Straight line, elbow to dumbbell, press to your hand next. Arms stay straight overhead, hips come up. From there, straight line from hand to dumbbell. Next movement, you're going to kick the straight leg back behind you. Still a straight line from dumbbell to hand on the ground. Then using the side of your midline, you're going to come up into that lunge position and step out of it. On the way back down, lunge comes first. Hand to the ground. Hips stay high. Shoot the leg through. Hips to the ground. Elbow to the ground. And control all the way back down. If you're doing the 2 reps for 20 rounds, it's 2 reps total. If you're going to double that, it's 4 reps total, not per side. That's it for the workout. Accessory work today. Draw a line on the floor if you want to. Make sure you're jumping far enough. You're going to jump to one side, catch yourself, jump to the other side, catch yourself. Accumulate 50, so you could do 5 rounds of 10. The other one is forward and back. Same idea. You're going to jump forward and then jump back. Jump forward, catch yourself, back, catch yourself, and back. And then juggling. If you really want to, you can practice juggling for 3 minutes. Post a video on Facebook if you want to be real funny. and post your scores in Chocolate Pro. Have a good one, guys.